Oh wait, we're not gonna take more than we're not gonna spend more than 10 minutes. Or you know what? So much so because I hate it so much so. Let me put on a 10-minute countdown. 10 minutes countdown. 10 minutes countdown. All right. So when I'll say start, all right. Let's talk about U.S. election, U.S. politics and election. 10 minutes exactly. Nothing, no more than that.
You start and give the intro because you are well versed with US politics. A little. You have been in that
Alright,
country.
so as you know, we are recording this on the 31st of October. That is exactly 4 days before the official election in the US. The official election in the US is happening on November 3rd, but this year has seen the most ever vote-in ballots before the election, so you can actually vote in at once before waiting for the official date. So this year has seen the record number in the entire US history of the election, of the votes being casted before the election.
Yes.
So who do you think is going to win between Donald Trump and Joe Biden?
See, Biden is
And
clear.
before you say anything, Donald Trump claims to have approval rating of 93%. So he thinks 93% people in the entire US are going to vote for him. That he says are the official figure. Alright, who do you think is gonna
He
win?
says many things. Let's just not get into that. But polls clearly show that Joe Biden is leading. Not just Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That duo is leading. Okay,
Oh yeah.
but
Bro,
I will wait for.
she's just badass.
I know, right? I like that woman. I like that woman. So, but you know what? I would still wait for the results before making any staunch statement. Why? Because earlier,
No, we're not making statements, we're just making assumptions.
prediction. Yeah, but still, I'll add this. I'll predict it's Joe Biden because US is fed up of Trump. Okay, but in the past three elections, okay, that which lady Hillary Clinton was ahead of Barack Obama first of all, and then she was also ahead of Donald Trump. But
No, no, no.
somehow,
No. Hillary Clinton never was ahead of Barack Obama. They're both from the same party.
no.
So
In the
she never
first,
went
nah, nah, nah,
against
nah,
Super.
nah, nah. They were in this
Oh,
first.
you're talking about the primaries. You're talking about the
Yeah, I'm talking
primaries.
about the primaries. Yeah,
You're talking
I'm
about the
talking about
primaries,
primaries.
not the election.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, but just see,
So,
okay, the
if you want to talk about primaries, so no, let's talk about primaries. If you want to talk about primaries, have you followed the U.S. primaries?
not really, but yeah, I have an
So,
idea.
you haven't. So, if you were to choose a person to represent the whole U.S. from the official, like from officially Trump or Biden, or from any of the primaries, who would you choose?
Kanye West. Come on. He's think if Hilaire Mehdi would represent India like for the Kanye West. Man's laugh. I would choose. I know. See, the no, it's not a primary, but Mike Pompeo. I really like this guy. Like not physically, but
Who?
Mike Pompeo, the current Secretary of the State. Mike Pompeo. Google him. Google him. Google him. Mike Pompeo. So he's a very well
Hang
known
on, no, I think I know him. I think I know him.
personally.
Yeah, of course I know him personally, man. Shut up. So if I were to choose, if I were this guy looks like that. Who's that funny fat actor? I forgot his
Come
name,
on.
but yeah, this guy looks like him. But if I were to choose a person to represent, because basically you know how they say the president of America is the leader of the free world, right? So if I were to choose the leader of the free world, I would like 100% go with Andrew Yang. No Trump, no Joe Biden. I would go 100% with Andrew Yang. And not because he's Asian and so am I. No, not because of that. He's
Is
just
he
his
fighting for election?
ideologies. No, he was in the primaries. He was in the primaries, but he had to pull out because he didn't have enough. You know how they have to meet certain quotas
Yeah,
for
electorates and everything.
donation and stuff like that. So yeah, he pulled out, and bro, his ideologies and his plan. He had the whole laid out plan for everything, and his ideologies. When you actually listen, like if you were to just listen to him for 2 minutes, you would think he's crazy. You just think he's batshit crazy. Like, this guy wants to give every person a 1,000 or like 1,200 something, every person that amount of money every month. Like, you just think that's
This
just
is,
dumb.
that's
Where
this,
are you gonna get
that's
that
this
money
concept.
from?
That's just the universal basic income concept is already there. Universal it's not his
Yeah,
concept.
but that's not a concept.
That's a concept.
That's
Google
not
it.
a concept.
Google it.
He,
Google
if
it.
you were, no, it's, oh yeah, it's a concept. I know, but he literally has a well laid out plan for that
See,
on
US
his
government,
website. And if you were to
US
listen to
government
him
does not lack.
on the
US government
podcast.
does not. US government does not lack the fund to give everyone $1,000. But there are some other.
Yeah,
costs that
but the thing is, US government aren't paying that. They're not paying that.
No, but they have some real cons. Just Google it. It has a concept, and it's not just for politics. It's for normal people. Not every concept.
Yeah,
will
I
seem-
know it's a concept, but how he's going to bring this concept into reality? If you were to listen to him on different podcasts, it's just, oh, the way he goes into things, and it's just great. If I wanted someone to be the leader of the free world, I would literally have him, because he actually is educated, he's a good businessman, and he actually thinks about people rather than about business, like the current politician. So, final predictions. Who do you think is gonna win, Trump or Biden? Who's gonna get more votes and who's going to win overall? Like, you know how they have electoral election. Yeah. So
Yeah,
who's
see,
gonna
I
get
think,
more votes and who's gonna
Joe
win? more?
Biden is gonna get more votes, but I am not sure who's gonna win. But I wish Joe Biden, except that he's friends with the Communist Party of China. I hate that. But apart from that, Joe Biden.
Trump already has a relationship with China. He already has his business in China.
Yeah, but he's
paid.
right now most anti-China, and we have seen that
No,
Republican
he's not.
parties.
No, he's not.
He is not, but we
He
have seen that
paid.
Republican parties are generally more stricter towards China than Democratic parties. So I
No, but that's what he says. That's what he says. But did you know about the recent thing? He paid $750 to the US government as his tax. $750 for the entire year. Let me put that into perspective. So the waiters who work minimum wage, they pay around 1,500, and this billionaire paid $750.
it's like Amazon paying
to
zero
the US
tax.
government. Yeah,
But it has nuances.
and the same Donald Trump paid $188,000 in taxes
To China.
in China. Yeah. And do you really think he's still anti-Chinese? Man, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just, this is why I hate politics. After 10 minutes up, we'll just assume they're up.
No, they
Let's
are
just
not.
move
No,
on,
they are
please.
not. They are not. And
Wait, do you have a countdown?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
I have,
closed
I
mine
have,
by
I
accident.
have. So
How many minutes are there?
a day
How
minute,
minutes do we still have
1.5 minutes are there, and I would. You hate politics, right? But it is an integral part of our civilization, and if that's dirty, I'm okay with getting dirty.
Why can't we just have normal positive politics?
We cannot have that. Politics does not work like there are nuances.
So
there are
if you
situations.
were to apply for a normal job, if you were to apply for even a normal job as to sit in a cubicle, make data sheets all month long, even if you were to do something as simple as that, you would still need to have qualification, minimum education, and live interviews. Why can't you have that for literally the most
Because the most
important
influential
position in the country?
Because not every time most educated persons are right. The advisors are highly educated, but we need a leader, not an educated idiot. You
Yeah,
see?
but based on what we've seen so far
And
in our
no,
country,
no,
especially.
wait. Like, our country is like, but if you say we need basic education, what about the people who are not able to get education due to their financial constraints or social
They
constraints?
will still have to pass a test. They'll still have to pass a test. There should be an entrance exam. There should be
An
an
entrance
entrance
exam,
test.
we are like talking about 1.5 billion people or 1.7 billion people approving.
And not all of them wants to apply for the president of the country.
No,
Do
but they are approving him. That's democracy. Like, that's the basic what people want, not on some silly test, right? If what if a prime minister has 100% of approval rating, he's really nice, but he cannot pass the test. What are we gonna do? Huh?
If he can't even pass a simple cognitive test, what makes you think he can plan the entire plan for the whole country?
Not every
What
time
makes you think that?
not every time our leaders who were nice, who brought revolutions, who were a cause of change, were educated. Not every time.
Yeah, but they had an idea. They had basic understanding. Not all of them had an education,
Man,
fake
just let it go.
degrees, and criminal past.
The prime ministers and the presidents are gonna like fake the test
Just
or
be
something.
illiterate people who get votes based on religion and communal hatred and stuff like that.
Not everyone, but okay. I'm not gonna comment on that. Continue.
Most of the politician. It's just it shouldn't be like this, but it is.
Okay, you are complaining, you are ranting, go into politics. You are educated enough, right? You are a very smart
Man, no,
guy.
I'm not gonna. I hate politics.
See, educated people don't want to go to
Alright,
politics.
so,
They want to go
no.
out from the country, not solve the problems, and then rant.
The educated people who actually wants to, they are there, but they're not in the majority. They should be.
Yeah,
Man, you know
so
what? Now,
participate.
let's move on.
Change comes with us.
Let's move on to better things.